Hello, everybody, and welcome to FAU Stadium. My name is Jacob Kelly, and tonight we have our senior night with our FAU Owls taking on the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. Both teams are coming into this game sitting at 5-6 overall and 3-4 in conference. A win here for either of these teams will immediately make them bowl eligible. Before we get into tonight's broadcast, I'd like to shout out our 19 seniors who will not be returning with us next year. We have Achilles Leroy, Khalif Price, Willie Wright, Zion Gilbert, James Charles, Corel Smith, Desmond Noel, Marcel Southall, TJ Chase, Jordan Helm, Andrew Baselli, John Mitchell, Zaire Mitchell-Patton, Damian Alloway, Jeffrey Joseph, Nick Tronti, Brandon Robinson, Tyreek Tisdale, Desmond Noel. That wraps up all of our seniors that have played a great 4 years for us, and they're going to be moving on to hopefully bigger and better things. Alongside me, I'm my friend Alicia Hayes.
Hola.
Alicia, last time our Owls took the field, we got dismantled by Western Kentucky, and the last time Middle Tennessee came out, they also lost. But what did you see in your research? What do you see overall from this Middle Tennessee team that offers a threat against FAU?
Right, so even though both of these teams are coming off losses against FAU going against Western Kentucky, they lost 52-17. And also with this Middleton team, they lost to Old Dominion 24-17. So both coming in at loss. However, Middle Tennessee definitely has a really great defense. They have one of the leading tie for first in the country with 5 interceptions, Quincy Riley at cornerback. 29 turnovers forced by this entire defense. That's one thing FAU is going to have to worry about.
Yes, they have the top interceptor in the country, like you just said, 5 interceptions coming to this game. And as a whole, their defense is very scary. 29 total turnovers. And one thing they can do is put pressure on your defense, put pressure on your quarterback particularly. And one thing FAU really look to do is try to protect Cozy Perry. Cozy Perry coming to this game has been sacked 27 times in our last 3 games. He's only thrown 3 touchdowns. However, he's been sacked 9 different times. So protecting Nkosi will be a huge key for FAU coming into this game. Middle Tennessee won the toss, elected to defer to the second half. So now we have our ball game started. Middle Tennessee starting to kick off the 35-yard line. Deep back for FAU is our typical returner, number 82, Jaquan Burton, lining up in the end zone. And Middle Tennessee setting the kickoff, and the kick is off. Jonte Webster sets up to return, calls a fair catch. FAU will be taking over ball, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Both teams are coming in with a losing streak here. Middle Tennessee, a 2-game losing streak. FAU on a 3-game losing streak. Ever since we won our last game, it's been over a month now. Three consecutive losses, which has really taken FAU, and it really hit them where it hurts. We were sitting comfortably looking to possibly win Conference USA. Now it's taken us all the way back to 4th place in the conference. Really questionable waters where we're going to be, where we're going to finish out the season. Hopefully we'll see Willie Taggart get these men prepared, because with a win here, we'll take FAU to be bowl eligible, which would be huge for this university. Cozy Perry lines up shotgun formation, snaps the ball, looks over the middle field, looks deep, has his man, and great pass coverage on the play. Middle Tennessee corner number 23, Jalen Jackson, with the pass breakup there. We saw a wheel route by Johnny Ford, came out of the backfield, wrapped right, got about 30 yards downfield. However, great coverage by the corner on the play. So Nkosi Perry technically is a senior. However, with his transfer year, he does get that 1 extra year of eligibility. So fortunately, as things seem, he will be returning us this next season. Cozy lines up shotgun formation. Johnny Ford alongside him, staying in the backfield on his left. Johnny Ford up the middle, gets a great block from his offensive lineman, continues to push the pile, and gets well outside of the first down, gets all the way up to the 40-yard line. Great push by the FAU offensive line. The little man was able to push his way through, get the first down.
Great push, and also he's like one of the smallest running backs that we have, and yet he's so powerful when he runs.
5'5", a mere 170 pounds. However, able to use every little ounce he had to get out there. And Cozy Perry snaps the shotgun formation, hits out wide to number 83, LeJonte Webster, to make the catch. Small gain on that play.
Number 12, Reed Blankenship with a tackle.
The Middle Tennessee leading tackler, Reed Blankenship, comes down with the tackle. Comes down with his 97th tackle on the year, so just needs 3 more to eclipse 100 tackles. Cozy Perry snaps the ball, hands it off up the middle. I believe that was Larry McCammon. I'm sorry, that was number 33, Zaburi Mobley, the freshman, with his first carry on the game, bringing up 3rd down and 2, maybe a long 2, maybe a short 3 on the FAU 48-yard line. The Cozy shotgun formation, running back behind him, Zari Mitchell-Patton moves from the left to the right. Running back moves alongside him to the left. The Cozy hands the ball off, gets a couple blocks, and appears to get the first down on the play. Zaburi Mobley has not seen a lot of carries on the year, so he getting a few in quick succession here, stays on the play. Nkosi passes out wide, and a ball that should have been dropped would have ultimately led to a better play is caught behind line of scrimmage for a loss of 2 by LeJohntay Webster.
Why did that seem a little bit almost of a just like get rid of it play?
Well, it looked like they were trying to set up a wide receiver screen. However, Nkosi wasn't accurate in his throwing it down in the dirt. And as a receiver, your instinct is to grab the ball no matter what. So it is a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 13, 12 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. Nkosi shotgun formation by himself, snaps the ball, gets the ball immediately out left, and great tackle there. The ball comes out late. The refs are marking the man down. That was the senior with his first catch on the day, Brandon Robinson, with a catch of 3 yards, bringing it back to the original line of scrimmage, bringing up 3rd and 10 on the Middle Tennessee 48-yard line. James Charles checks into the game for the first side. He's alongside Nkosi Berry to his left. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right of Nkosi, who lines up shotgun formation. He snaps the ball, drops back, looks over the middle of the field, has a man deep, and he's taking the shot deep, has his man wide open, makes the catch, touchdown, FAU. Number 82, Jaquan Burton with the touchdown down the middle of the field.
What a great play.
Great execution there. Jaquan Burton able to get past his man down the middle, right on the scene. Safety did not have enough time to come over. Nkosi Perry with a beautiful throw, hit him right in stride. Didn't have to break his stride at all. Able to get in the end zone for the first points of the game. FAU takes the lead 6-0. 11 minutes, 50 seconds left to go. Aaron Shariari lining up for the extra point. The kick is up. The kick is good. FAU takes the ball down on their first drive to take the lead 7-0. Only 11 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Alicia, that was about as perfect as you could have asked for.
Absolutely, and it was kind of quite surprising against this Middle Tennessee defense. Maybe we'll see their offense come on the field and put up 7 points as well.
Now, with this Middle Tennessee defense, you wonder who their top corner is going to guard. You have multiple options on this FAU offense that can really burn you. LeJohntay Webster, Brandon Robinson, Jaquan Burton, all speed threats. All, if you get him in enough space, can do some damage for you. We saw there Jaquan Burton getting the 40-yard touchdown. FAU is up 7-0, 11 minutes, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. We will be right back. And we are back. 11 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in this first quarter. FAU took the ball quickly downfield to score on their first drive of the game. Now Aaron Shariari is in the kick deep. Deep back for Middle Tennessee is their returner, number 83, Jalen Lane. Jalen Lane also being their top receiver. Deep back to return the kick. Jalen Lane lets the ball sail over his head. Middle Tennessee will be taking the ball over on the 25-yard line. Middle Tennessee is without their quarterback, Chase Cunningham, who suffered a leg injury a few games ago, and he's out for the season, unfortunately, for them. So stepping in his place is their freshman quarterback, number 18, Nick Vadiato, coming in 649 yards, 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. A little more accurate than Chase Cunningham with 68.8% completion percentage. Comes in to step in his place. Last week, when they matched off against Old Dominion, Nick Vadiato had 281 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Now steps up into this Middle Tennessee offense. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Vadiato in shotgun formation. Calls his man, come over. Gets a snap, drops back. The ball is deflected in the air. He catches the ball and attempts a second pass. Surely that's a penalty. Two forward passes on the play, and a penalty marker is dropped. Liz, that's definitely a freshman play there. You can't be making 2 forward passes on the same play.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seemed like it was one of those plays where he wanted to react quick, get rid of the ball, and I'm sure he knows that that's a penalty and he'll learn from it.
Yeah, as a quarterback, you have the ball in your hands. You're always looking to dish it out. Just as a receiver, if you see the ball in the air, your reaction is to catch it. So, passed it. Great pass deflection there. I believe that was big number 8, Evan Anderson, who was able to get his hand up and deflect the pass. And we do see the penalty there. A pretty substantial penalty. He caught the ball and eventually passed it from their own 10-yard line. So a huge penalty there for Middle Tennessee. Bring the ball all the way back to their 5-yard line. 2nd and 29 from the Middle Tennessee 5-yard line. Nick Vadiato shotgun formation in the pistol with his running back behind him. Calls the receiver to come across. Hands it off up the middle. And great containment by FAU. Minimal gain there, 2 yards on the play. That handoff was to their leading rusher, number 32, Martell Petaway. Martell comes in 284 yards, 3 touchdowns. This Middle Tennessee running game hasn't really kicked off this year. 284 yards to the leading rusher. So not a serious threat from this offense. Now this FAU defense, a great opportunity to get off the field. 3rd and 28. Huge distance here to gain for Middle Tennessee. Vadiato drops back, hits his man out quickly to his left. Quick wide receiver screen, a very comfortable, conservative play that is eventually stopped. His pass was out to number 83, Jalen Lane. Made his first catch on the game, bringing a 4th down and a quick 3-and-out by this FAU defense. Jalen Lane last week had a huge game against Old Dominion, racking in 10 catches, 107 yards, and the 1 touchdown. And that's something that can be expected when you see a backup quarterback come in, somebody who's generally a second, third, 4th-string receiver start to go off. When they have that chemistry in practice, they've been working together more than the ones have been working together. So comes in last week, 10 catches, 107 yards, and that touchdown, a huge performance, and is probably the key for FAU to stop. You see that the comfortability that they have for FAU on defense. He might be the number 1 target to stop. We have a timeout here, or maybe not. No, the offensive defense will be coming on the field. FAU on their 2nd drive of the game. 10 minutes, 12 seconds left to go. Liz, is that, again, not the perfect start that you could ask for?
Absolutely, for a FAU, of course. Back to what you were saying about Jalen Lane. He's definitely one of Middle Tennessee's key players in this game. He's coming in with 33 receptions in the entire season so far, 382 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
And a big chunk of that was last week, so he would be a key stop. N'Kosi Perry drops back, hits his man out quick left, another wide receiver screen. That goes for a decent game at about 6 yards. Number 19, Willie Wright. Again, the senior that will be leaving after this game here. Unless FAU can pull off the win and get into a bowl game, this will be his last home game at the very least. Nkosi shotgun formation. Johnny Ford to his right. Hands off to Johnny, who gets off the outside and gets a good gain of about 10 yards of another FAU first down.
Boy, you got to love Johnny Ford. He always finds his way to get out of there and just make a play.
We saw Johnny Ford with a big play up the middle, something you haven't seen of him a lot this year. The little guy can get lost there in the trenches, but if you get him to the outside in space, he can gain a lot of yards. He's got that speed aspect to him. He's again there in the game alongside Nkosi. Nkosi drops back, fakes the quick hit, has a man across the middle, takes off, and gets a good gain of 6 or 7 yards on the scramble. Now, you have to wonder where this FAU offense would be if Nkosi didn't have the wheels he has. Coming in, he's been sacked 27 times as a mobile quarterback is absolutely unheard of. If he didn't have the ability to scramble, where would we be on offense? He's made a lot of plays this year of rolling out of the pocket. Now he is here again, shotgun formation, fakes the handoff to Johnny Ford, looks to the right, he's hit. The refs haven't blown the whistle, now they do blow the whistle. A little question there whether there's a pass or a fumble. However, it was called incomplete pass on the play. Number 0 for Middle Tennessee, Richard Kinley was able to get off the left side edge on Nkosi's blind side. Nkosi looked for the quick hitter, wasn't there. And next thing you know, he's getting hit from behind to bring up a 3rd down and 4. FAU able to get to the other side of the field. FAU on the Middle Tennessee 36-yard line. Nkosi Perry line of shotgun formation with James Charles alongside him to his left. LeJontay Webster comes from the right all the way as far out to the left as he can. Nkosi snaps the ball. Good blitz by Middle Tennessee. Nkosi looks deep and just overthrows his receiver, Brandon Robinson. Great time blitz by that Middle Tennessee defense. Didn't give Nkosi any time. Had to just chuck it deep, bringing up 4th down. Now, FAU choosing to keep the offense on the field. Not sure if this is just to attempt Middle Tennessee to jump off sides. However, you are kind of in no man's land, being on 36-yard line, a little too far to kick it. And if you kick it in the end zone, it's really only a 16-yard difference. So Nkosi stays in the game. Shotgun formation. Johnny to his left. Snaps the ball. Looks left. Hits a slant. And the pass is dropped, forcing a turnover on downs. Number 19, the senior TJ Chase, was open there. Ball looked slightly overthrown. However, it is going to be a turnover on downs. So Middle Tennessee will be taking the ball over on the Middle Tennessee 36-yard line. FAU up 7-0, 8 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in this first quarter. We will be right back.
saying.
Oh,
What,
well.
you going to turn that off?
Oh, well. And we are back. Middle Tennessee snaps the ball. Vadiato fakes the run, hits his receiver out wide. Huge hit there by Jordan Helm on the play. Middle Tennessee gets the ball out to the 45-yard line. Middle Tennessee lining up, shotgun formation. Receiver comes across. Vadiato fakes the handoff, looks immediately to the guy who's cutting across the screen, hits his man deep, and a great pass deflection there.
Nice.
Can't tell necessarily who that was on the pass deflection, but great play there on the left side to bring up a 3rd and 1.
Looks like FAU defense is stepping up.
Nick Vadiato again in the pistol formation. There's running back behind him, 2 receivers left. His tight end comes from the right to the left. Vadiato snaps it, hands off to his running back, gets stuffed up the middle. Great play by the FAU defense, breaking through the Middle Tennessee offensive line to push the running back 2 yards, bringing up 4th down. Middle Tennessee yet to bring out the punting crew, so yet to see if this is a 3-and-out. And ultimately, it is a 3-and-out. Great plays, back-to-back plays, the breakup, getting through the offensive line there, bringing up 4th down. LaJohntay Webster deep back on his own 10-yard line. And the kick is off. The kick is deep. LaJohntay Webster calls for the fair catch, catches it right on the 10-yard line. FAU will be taking over on their own 10-yard line. So, Alicia, thankfully, FAU not bit there for going for it and not getting it.
No, absolutely. And that was such a good play by the FAU defense, how they were able to put up a stop, 3-and-out, and go.
Yes, the FAU defense able to hold up their weight where the FAU defense able to hold up their weight where the FAU offense wasn't able to, getting the turnover on downs. They're giving it to Middle Tennessee. Decent field positioning for Middle Tennessee. However, the FAU defense able to come out for a stop. FAU is up 7-0, 7:07 left to go in this first quarter. We will take a break. We will be right back. Jalen Lane deep back for FAU. Punter, number 15, Matt Habel, the lefty punter out to kick it. He gets the snap, kicks it deep. Not the greatest kick in the world. Goes out of bounds about where Middle Tennessee punted it just this last drive. Matter of fact, almost the exact position. Middle Tennessee will be taking over the ball, 1st and 10. 5 minutes, 27 seconds left to go in the first quarter on their own 35-yard line. Middle Tennessee coming out their 3rd drive of the game. So far not able to cross the FAU 50-yard line. This FAU defense has come out hot so far. They snap the ball, fake the end around, looks deep. Good defense there, and the pass was slightly overthrown. Jordan Helm deep there in coverage. Wide receiver number 81, CJ Wyndham there. They were looking deep, however, it wasn't there. And further damage, there's a holding call on Middle Tennessee, which is going to back them up another 10 yards, making this a 1st and 20 on their own 25-yard line. Middle Tennessee coming out, shotgun formation. Running back number 32, Martell Petaway alongside Vadiotto. Snaps the ball, hands it off to him, and again, FAU defensive line able to bust through the offensive line. Another stop of negative yards on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 21. This FAU defense has played extremely well through this first quarter. Multiple defensive stops in the secondary, in the defensive line. Middle Tennessee lines up shotgun formation. Petaway alongside Vadiotto, along to his right. That is number 34, Emil Rasul, went from his right alongside to his left. Vadiotto snaps the ball, looks to hit him out wide. No blockers there, and a great stop for another loss by this FAU defense. FAU there to force Middle Tennessee into a loss of 5 to make a really bad situation for Middle Tennessee even worse. Every single play, Middle Tennessee has gone backwards on this drive. They're now sitting at their own 19-yard line, 3rd and 25.
Yeah, this drive is just not for Tennessee's favor.
Vadiotto snaps the ball, hits a man over the middle of the field. A little scary sight there for FAU. However, being that it was a 30-yard distance to get the first down, a 20-yard gain is not going to damage them too much. We're going to have 4th down and 9, back to the original line of scrimmage, roughly to the 36-yard line. Middle Tennessee sending out their punting group, where they'll punt the ball deep back for FAU. Again is LeJontay Webster.
Yeah, that was just not a good drive from Middle Tennessee.
3 drives so far. Middle Tennessee has a mere negative 7 yards so far in this game to come away from. Middle Tennessee snaps it. Punt is off. LeJontay Webster deep back. Doesn't call for the fair catch. Tries to make a man miss. However, another Middle Tennessee defender comes up and makes the play. FAU will be taking over the ball 1st and 10 on their own 12-yard line.
Yeah, sometimes the best thing you can do is just catch the ball and stop. Trying to make a man miss is just sometimes doesn't help, especially in the way that just went.
He tried his best. He ultimately is in the same position, though, as if he did make the fair catch, so no harm really done other than a hit he did take, so maybe a slight harm to him. FAU taking over on the 12-yard line. The Cozy Perry shotgun formation. 2 running backs in the backfield with him. Number 3, Larry McCammon, is also accompanied with Johnny Ford in this backfield. The ball goes to Johnny Ford outside. Great block from Larry McCammon. Johnny Ford pushed out of bounds after a gain of 8 yards to get FAU down to their own 18-yard line. Maybe 8 yards was a bit generous. Looks to be about a 6-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 4, FAU set up on their own 18-yard line. That's how you use Johnny Ford. You have to use his speed. You have to find a way to get him into space. And if you can get a few blocks, you can see him run deep. Now we snap the ball, hand it off up the middle with a huge gain there of about 15 yards, bringing out to the 30-yard line. Number 33 is Jaren Mobley, who's seen quite a bit of usage so far through this game. Gets the ball handed up the middle for a good chunk play. Now the ball goes straight back to him up the middle. However, better play by the Middle Tennessee defensive line. Stop for no gain on the play. Ball stays at the 30-yard line. One-yard gain on the play. I guess they're going to give it out to the 31-yard line. 33, Jaren Mobley checks out of the game. Johnny Ford comes back in the game. We have trips left as well as a tight end to the left of Nkosi. Lines of the pistol. Johnny Ford comes alongside him to the left. Nkosi fakes the handoff, elects to keep the ball, and ultimately not the right decision. Nkosi gets back to the line of scrimmage, bringing up a 3rd and 9. It looked like no matter what option Nkosi chose, there wasn't going to be much yardage there. Johnny Ford immediately ran to a defensive lineman. Nkosi tried to get outside, use his blockers. However, there were no blocks really established. Middle Tennessee able to break off those blocks and make a tackle. No gain. 3rd and 9 here. Minute 40 left to go in the first quarter. Nkosi lines up in shotgun formation with Johnny Ford alongside him to his left. 2 receivers on either side. Nkosi snaps the ball, fakes the handoff to Johnny Ford, looks deep down the middle of the field, has nobody open, elects to run with the ball, and almost gets the first down. Looks to be 1 yard short, bringing the ball to the 39-yard line, bringing up a 4th and 1.
Well, there you go. Like you said earlier with Nkosi just going, instead of passing, he's just going to use his legs like he always do to make a play.
And now, Liz, they have a decision whether to go for it on 4th down. But as I say that, Matt Hayball and the rest of the punting crew coming onto the field to punt it deep. FAU trusting this defense, who, as I just said, have held Middle Tennessee to a negative yardage total so far in this game of -7 yards. So the punting crew coming on. Jalen Lane set back on his own 19-yard line. Hayball gets it, snaps it. Pretty decent kick there. Fair catch. Takes him back down to his own 13-yard line. Middle Tennessee will be taking the ball over with only 36 seconds left to go in this first quarter. FAU still has the lead after that opening drive touchdown, which took place in just a little more than 3 minutes, putting 7 points on the lead. However, since then, no points have been put on the board for either team, and we see neither offense really cross the halfway line since that first drive, with Middle Tennessee still having yet to cross the 50-yard line. Vadiato lines up shotgun formation. Alongside him is his running back, number 34, Amir Rasul. 2 receivers either side. Vadiato fakes the handoff, looks left, has his receiver wide open in the flat, and they pick up what looks to be either close to a first down or a first down. Number 9, Jaren Pierce, the second leading receiver on this Middle Tennessee team, with the catch there. Not quite a first down. Going to bring up a 2nd and inches. Middle Tennessee snaps it, fakes the handoff, looks to the left, has a man open, dives for it, and there could have been a defensive holding play call on that play. No flags on the field. So going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Liz, you saw a holding there too, right? I wasn't crazy.
For a second, it looked like a holding, and I would have called it a holding. But then it also looked like he tripped a little bit on his foot, and it was a little thrown, so he kind of missed, kind of looked like a holding, and he fell.
I believe that trip may have been because of the holds. Our corner there, Mungan, appeared to be a hold. However, 3rd down here, fakes the handoffs, has a man over the middle of the field. And are they calling this a catch? Apparently, he scooped the ball with the catch, bringing the ball out to the 31-yard line.
That kind of
didn't look like a defenders, catch. And looks like we have a little gamesmanship by Jordan Helm, the senior, going down. I'm not sure whether he's actually injured or not. However, he appears to be going down, which could give FAU time to challenge this play, because Middle Tennessee was rushing up to the line of scrimmage trying to get a playoff quickly, so FAU didn't have time to challenge. But we have 3 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Jordan Helm is being tended to on the field while the training staff is out helping him. We will take a break. FAU is up 7-0, 3 seconds left to go. And before we go to break, the referees just announced that they'll be going to break. Jordan Helm is up off the turf. So while the referees go to review, we will take a break with them. We will be right back. alongside N'Kosi Perry. N'Kosi hands it off to him. Good blocking by this FAU offensive line. Gets the ball out to the 41-yard line. James Charles, the criminal justice major, in his final home game here for FAU, still in the game alongside N'Kosi Perry. Shotgun formation. N'Kosi hands it off to him. However, a much better penetration by this Middle Tennessee defense up through the line results in a loss of 2 yards. But as we've seen a lot of repetitive plays here, whether it be just run plays up the middle or quick passes out to the left.
Absolutely. And it seems like FAU is kind of working with what makes them comfortable. It seems like they're not trying to go outside of their box, but they're trying to stick to the little stuff that they know can help them gain yardage and put points up.
Now, the one touchdown we did see was over the middle of the field for a deep pass, so we could see these small routes ultimately lead to a longer play as we see Johnny Ford get the handoff, results in a gain of 1, gets close to the original line of scrimmage. However, it is going to be a 3rd down and 11 yards on the FAU 40-yard line. Johnny Ford stays in the game alongside N'Kosi Perry to his right. We have TJ Chase, Brandon Robinson in the game, as well as Willie Wright. N'Kosi snaps the ball, fakes the handoff. Great pressure by Middle Tennessee. N'Kosi looks deep, has a man. However, the pressure got there and made it a little harder throw. The ball was underthrown. The ball was targeted for number 89, Brandon Robinson, bringing up a 4th and 11.
And actually, if it wasn't for that pressure, if N'Kosi got just 2 to 3 more seconds, he could have made a nice completion.
If he could have had a little cleaner pocket, which is something he hasn't really had all year, he had the throw. There was multiple deep routes there on that play. He had a couple different options for who he could have thrown it to. However, the pocket broke down, leading to a quick pass and leading to a completion. Middle Tennessee, great pressure up the middle on the punt attempt, and great punt by Matt Hayball, who has continuously forced Middle Tennessee into these bad field positions, kicking the ball down to the Middle Tennessee 11-yard line where they will take over. 12 minutes, 59 seconds left to go. In the second quarter, FAU has the lead 7-0. We will be right back. And we are back. Middle Tennessee takes the ball over on their own 11-yard line. Nick Vadiato in the game under center. His running back, Amir Rasul, behind him, fakes the handoff, gets the wraparound, hands it off to the wide receiver who gets one block along the outside and gets a gain of about 7 yards. That was number 83, Jalen Lane there with the handoff. Jalen Lane hasn't been able to get into the game too much up until this point. However, Middle Tennessee's offense as a whole hasn't really been able to get into the game at this point. Nick Vadiato through the first quarter has had 30 yards. Rasheem Ali has had 8 yards. And a run up the middle there by Yusuf Ali results in a gain of 1. But as I was saying, Nick Vadiato, 4 of 7, 30 yards. Yusuf Ali, 8 yards. Petaway, their leading rusher, has only 8 yards. And through the first quarter, Jimmy Marshall, their leading receiver, has only had 8 yards receiving. 11 yards receiving. So great job by this FAU defense with another third down here. Vadiato, shotgun formation, immediately looks right. FAU tries to swarm over, however, not in time, and makes a man miss. Great move there by number 89, Yusuf Ali, to get the ball all the way out to the 33-yard line, giving Middle Tennessee their second first down on the game.
A great mover, too.
Able to make a few men miss there. FAU had 3 defenders out wide, not able to make the tackle. Quick snap there, again hits Yusuf Ali, who makes one man miss. However, FAU is able to swarm him after that. Quick pass that only results in about a gain of 4 on the play. We have 11 minutes, 25 seconds left on the clock in this second quarter. Middle Tennessee has the ball, second down and 6 on the 36-yard line. Nick Vadiato is in the pistol formation, has his running back, Shaitan Mobley, behind him. Fakes the handoff to Mobley, looks deep. FAU able to get pressure up the middle. Not sure whether that was an incomplete pass or not, but the ball was dropped short for what they're calling a fumble momentarily. Big man, number 8, Evan Anderson, able to beat his offensive lineman to get in the backfield, whether that be an incompletion, whether that be a fumble. Either way is going to bring up a third down. However, now we do have an injury on the field. Number 29, Corel Smith, the senior, is down in the middle of the field. We have 36, and while the medical team is out to help him, we will take a break. 11 minutes, 2 seconds left to go in this first half. 7-0 FAU. We will be right back. Corel was ultimately able to run off under his own power. We have another third down here for FAU to try to get a stop. Ball is on the Middle Tennessee 36-yard line. Vadiato has the ball, shotgun formation, Mobley alongside him to his right, fakes the handoff, looks to his left, and is sacked. Great swarming there by this FAU defensive line.
This is the energy that we love when it comes from FAU defense, when they swarm, when they get out, when they just play good.
Number 54 there, Marlon Kraku with the sack on the play. The freshman making a big play there to come up with a fourth down. 4th and 10 for Middle Tennessee. They'll be kicking the ball from their own 33-yard line. LaJohntay Webster is deep back on his own 20-yard line. The snap is off. The kick is off. LaJohntay doesn't fair catch it. He makes the catch. Makes a man miss. And he has space to run to the outside. Makes a man miss at the 40-yard line. Gets a block on the 50. Gets past the punter. Gets all the way back out to the line of scrimmage on the University of Middle Tennessee 31-yard line.
Wow.
Huge return there by LaJohntay Webster.
Unbelievable play.
Very, very poor special teams by Middle Tennessee. All their men were running up the middle. There was nobody out the outside to make contain. And once he was able to make that first man miss, he was able to get to the outside and had all of the green in front of him to run. Gets past the punter, had one man to beat who forces him out of bounds. Gets the ball out to the line of scrimmage where it was originally punted from. FAU is already across the midfield line. FAU taking over on the Middle Tennessee 32-yard line. Huge play by LaJohntay Webster. Cozy Perry comes up shotgun formation. Willie Wright comes from the left to the right. Johnny Ford in the backfield alongside him to his left. Snaps the ball. Hands it off to Johnny Ford, who hands it off to LaJohntay Webster, who gives it back to Nkosi, who has the man deep, wide open, and he hits the touchdown!
Wow, what a play.
What a great flea flicker play by FAU. I believe that was, again, LaJohntay Webster with the touchdown.
Beautiful.
2 huge plays back-to-back for him.
And this is what we love. Once FAU get that momentum, it's kind of hard to stop them most of the time.
And beautiful play call there. Hand the ball off to Johnny Ford, who hands it to Willie Wright, who flicks it back to Nkosi Perry. LaJohntay Webster beat his man down the sideline. It was a simple catch and toss. Great play
It doesn't get better
design.
than that.
Aaron Shariari out to attempt the kick. FAU is up 13-0. 9 minutes, 57 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Shariari out to kick. Matt Hayball down to hold. The snap is off. The kick is up. The kick is good. FAU builds their lead to a 2-score game. Takes the lead 14-0 there. And LaJohntay Webster, huge impact there on 2 plays in a row.
You know what's so funny? Him being the team leader in receiving yards. You will almost like expect every game for him to have a game like that. But it's like when you do see it, it seems so rare. It seems like, oh my gosh, we haven't seen this in a while, which is just simply what he's always been good at.
He has the speed. He has decent route running. And that first play there made one man miss. Freshman making plays there. Great to see. FAU has the lead 14-0. 9 minutes, 57 seconds left to go. Middle Tennessee will be receiving the ball. However, there is a break, so we will take a break with them. We will be right back. And we're back. 9 minutes, 57 seconds left to go in the second quarter. FAU just took the lead up to a two-possession game. LaJohntay Webster, 2 huge plays. Kick return, bring the ball to 32-yard line. and then was hit down the sideline in a beautifully drawn-up play to get him wide open. FAU kicks the ball off. The ball is returned about out to the 30-yard line, where Middle Tennessee will take over. Jalen Lane there with the return. And Middle Tennessee has really not been able to get going on offense so far. FAU's offense has 186 yards, 14 points. Middle Tennessee is sitting at 40 yards total and no points. Still yet to cross the 50-yard line and get into FAU territory. Nick Vadiato is going to be coming back out here, try to get something going. I know it's hard to put pressure on this freshman who is taking over for Chase Cunningham. However, they got to get something going here, and now they come back out onto the field. Number 34, Amir Rasul, is alongside him in the backfield to his left. Fakes the handoff, looks deep to the left, looks over the middle of the field, and hits his man. That is number 2, Isaiah Gathings, with his first catch on the game to bring the ball out to the Middle Tennessee 47-yard line. Zion Gilbert there with the tackle. Middle Tennessee set up 1st and 10 on the 47. Shotgun formation again with Rasul alongside him to his right. Fakes the handoff, hits his man right. They finally get across into FAU territory, bringing the ball out to another first down on consecutive plays. Number 9, Jaren Pierce, with his second catch on the game, brings the ball out to the FAU 41-yard line.
These are going to be the only kind of plays that help this Middle Tennessee offense.
You got to get something going. Quick hitter, get the ball outside, get him in space, try to pick up first downs that they would have done. Now the ball is handed up the middle. However, again, great containment by this FAU defensive line. Number 34, Amir Rasul, picks up about 1 yard on the play, bringing up 2nd and 9 from the FAU 40-yard line. Amir Rasul stays in the game alongside their quarterback, Nick Vadiato. 2 receivers left, 1 tight end left, as well as to his right, he has Isaiah Gathings, number 2. Snaps the ball, shotgun formation, immediately looks to hit Isaiah Gathings, and he does hit Gathings. Hits him down, a little 5-yard out route. Good tackle there by FAU. Bring up a 3rd down and 4 from the FAU 35-yard line. Isaiah Gathings checks out of the game. Amir Rasul checks out of the game. Brad Anderson comes alongside Nick Vadiato. We have trips left. 1 back in the backfield, 1 tight end to the right, fakes the handoff, looks deep in the middle of the field, and could have been intercepted. Ball really thrown into a poor place.
Like you said earlier, Jacob, another freshman mistake. He saw the pressure and just wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah, the FAU defense was able to get to the outside, get some pressure in the backfield. On his back foot, just kind of chucks the ball into the middle of the field. Not a good decision, however, out of the reach of anybody there. So far, Middle Tennessee keeping the offense on the field. 4th and 3. Snaps the ball body out. Looks to his left. Has a man open. Great throw. Great catch. Number 83, Jalen Lane there with a catch to get a Middle Tennessee first down. Middle Tennessee now has the ball on the FAU 28-yard line. First drive that has really had some oomph to it, getting the ball into the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, 7 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Number 32, Martell Petaway, comes back into the game, fakes the handoff. Vadiato runs it for a slight gain of about 4 yards there on the play.
Is that like one of the first times we've seen him get out of the pocket and try to run today?
He's trying to. He uses his wheels a little bit, which is something that we've seen in yards in games past. He only has 34 yards in these last couple of games on the ground. However, he's not afraid to use his feet. Fakes the hand up there, rolls right, handling only 1 man to his right side who was easily covered, so just likes to take off and run it. Now we see a receiver coming from the left across, picks up the block, rolls out from the block, gets the ball, catches it, strips off of a tackle, and picks up the first down. Number 7, DJ England Chisholm, came across from left to the right, picked up a block, rolled off the block, made a catch, able to gain some yards, pick up a first down, bringing the ball down to the FAU 18-yard line. 6 minutes, 35 seconds left to go. Nick Vadiato shotgun formation. Martel Petaway alongside him to his left. Snaps the ball immediately, looks to his right. Great pressure by his FAU defense line to get up the middle. However, is able to bust through the offensive line and get a gain of about 7 on the play.
He almost stood in the pocket for like 2 seconds.
He didn't have a lot of time there, and he did eventually roll out. However, there could have been a horse collar penalty called in that play. Maybe he got just below the nameplate, but we do have a second down from the FAU 13-yard line. Pat Petaway alongside him to his left. Number 6, Jimmy Marshall comes from the right, tucked in alongside the offensive lineman. However, there is a penalty called on the play. And it looks like we're going to have a false start. Offensive lineman, number 62, Jordan Palmer, the junior out of Santa Clara, California, with the false start there to move them back from a 2nd and 3 to a 2nd and 8. Vadiato shotgun formation with Petaway alongside him to his right. Gets the snap, drops back, looking left the entire way. Great pass, great catch. Number 83, Jalen Lane, comes up the reception there to set up a 1st and goal for Middle Tennessee.
There goes that key player we were talking about earlier, Jalen Lane.
Jalen Lane has the experience with his backup quarterback, Nick Vadiato. We've seen multiple times they have the connection here now with his 4th or 5th reception on the game. This time for a 1st and goal for Middle Tennessee. Really good drive put together here. Vadiato rolls out to his right, has nobody looking, tries to throw the ball away. Pass is deflected by number 9, Khalif Price, who we are thankful to see back after his injury against UTEP, his first game back, and on senior night. Great to see him get to play out in this final game of his FAU collegiate career.
And when he went down, I'm sure this entire FAU defense missed him.
He was at the time the leading tackler. Now Jordan Helm has continued the pace he's on and has taken the lead of tacklers on this team. However, Khalif Bryce, huge influence at linebacker on this FAU defense. Vadiato snaps it in shotgun formation, looks to hit his wide receiver, number six, Jimmy Marshall, in the left corner of the end zone. However, great coverage there on the play by Jordan Mungan, and it will bring up a 3rd and goal from the FAU 7-yard line.
Jimmy Marshall is actually their team leader in receiving yards, and it seems like we barely saw him. I mean, he's on the field, but we see more of Jalen Lane, the freshman.
We've seen great coverage. He's had a few passes thrown his way. However, there's been great coverage these last couple times that he's gotten the ball thrown in his direction. Now, 3rd and goal, Vadiato in shotgun formation. Brad Anderson alongside him to his left. Vadiato looks right the entire way. Has a man in the back right corner of the end zone. However, is slightly overthrown. Good coverage by the FAU secondary. Great pressure by this FAU defensive line. Number 90, Decarius Hawthorne, the defense lineman freshman out of Center Point, Alabama, able to get out of the edge, get pressure in the backfield, able to force the errant throw, bringing up 4th and goal.
Absolutely. And it seems like with the freshman, of course, he'll learn, but it seems like once he gets that pressure, his automatic thought process is just to get rid of the ball, just let go. When it was such good coverage in the end zone, it couldn't have happened.
He did do a good job, though. He put the ball in the only place his receiver may have been able to come down with the catch. However, now we have Zeke Rankin out to attempt the field goal. The snap is up. The kick is up. And the kick is good. So Middle Tennessee gets on the board here with 4 minutes and 59 seconds left to go in this first half. FAU has the lead 14-3. And as Middle Tennessee just scores, we will go to break. We will be right back. And we are back 14 to 3. FAU is up with 4:59 left to go in the second quarter. Now, we have had a great time watching college football earlier today. We were blessed with a great game up in Michigan where Michigan took down Ohio State 42-27. Great performance by that Michigan defense and great performance by that running game. Hassan Haskins with 169 yards, 5 touchdowns against the Ohio State defense. And also, as this game's been going on, Alabama fought back to win against Auburn in the fourth overtime, 24-22. Almost went down there. However, they are moving on and will move on to the SEC Championship game to take on Georgia in a couple weeks. Now, FAU receives the kick now. LaJohntay Webster gets it out to the 21-yard line. However, it does appear there is a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play.
All signs point to this flag being against FAU. And we do have a hold on FAU. N'Kosi Perry has looked really sharp so far this game. Hasn't been pressured as much as we've seen throughout the season. Hasn't been sacked yet. Sitting right now, 9 for 15, 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. Johnny Ford leading the way in the rushing game with 42 yards, and Jaquan Burton leading the receivers with 48 yards and that 1 touchdown. FAU's offense has played decently well, not outstanding, but 2 scores up right now, 14-3, starting the ball on their own 10-yard line after that penalty. 1st and 10, 4 minutes, 52 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Johnny Ford alongside N'Kosi Perry has 2 receivers to his left, snaps the ball, looks to his left, hits his receiver, Jaquan Burton, down in the flat. Jaquan is able to pick up a gain of 6 yards, bringing the ball out to the FAU 16-yard line and bringing up a 2nd and 4. We've seen a lot of quick hitters by both teams here. This one was operated successfully. If you throw it on first down, you want to gain at least 3 yards. Gaining 6 there was playing up. And look, now back to the same exact play. Hits LaJohntay Webster outside. LaJohntay Webster again is able to gain a decent chunk of yardage. This time a gain of 9 yards, bringing out to the 25-yard line, which results in a FAU first down.
Like you said earlier, Jacob, it seems like we're seeing a lot of the same plays, but hey, I guess whatever works for them works.
If it works, it works, and these short passes will, at some point, again, hopefully unlock a long shot. N'Kosi snaps the ball, hands it off to Johnny Ford, then N'Kosi goes up for a block. Johnny Ford goes to the right, no space there, goes to the left, ultimately picks up a gain of 5, which is a play that should have been stopped for a gain of nothing, makes a play out of nothing, actually a gain of 6. Bringing the ball out to the FAU 31-yard line, bringing up a 2nd and 4.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if that's actually Johnny Ford's middle name. Make a play out of nothing.
He's got the speed. He's got the elusiveness. Now we see N'Kosi snap the ball, hits outside, hits LaJohntay Webster. However, this time the quick pass results in a loss yet again. LaJohntay Webster catches the ball for a loss of 3, bringing the ball back to the FAU 28-yard line and bringing up a 3rd and 8. Johnny Ford checks out of the game. James Charles comes into the game to be alongside N'Kosi Perry. We have LaJohntay Webster, Brandon Robinson, and TJ in the game for receiving options. N'Kosi, James Charles to his right, 2 receivers right, 1 to his left, snaps the ball, drops back, looks over the middle of the field, has a man to his right, and hits him. Hits his receiver, number 18, TJ Chase, out to the 40-yard line for another FAU first down.
Nice place and nice throw.
Great route there. Looked like he was going to go up the sideline for a deep shot. However, cuts back after about 10 to 15 yards. Give FAU a first down. James Charles stays in the game alongside N'Kosi Perry. Gets the handoff. However, Middle Tennessee able to bust up the middle. Should have been a loss of about 4. James Charles able to recover a little bit. Only a loss of 1, bringing up a 2nd and 11.
I'm actually surprised he got 4. It seemed like that was definitely going to be nothing.
It looks like an option play there. N'Kosi could have kept it, could have handed it off, and nothing was really the right answer there. The offensive line was beat in the backfield, stopped for a loss there. Johnny Ford checks back into the game alongside N'Kosi Perry. Nicosia has 2 receivers either side of him. Johnny Ford alongside him to his right. Johnny Ford swings out to the right. Nicosia drops back, hits his receiver. LeJohntay Webster out to his left. About a gain of 5 there to bring up a 3rd down and 7 to go. FAU would have to cross the 50-yard line to pick up a 1st down here. Johnny Ford stays in the game, lines up as a receiver. FAU lines up in an empty backfield, trips right. Johnny Ford and LeJohntay Webster to his left. Johnny Ford comes from the left to the right, now has 4 receiving options to his right. Nicosia snaps the ball, looks right. Great pass deflection there by Middle Tennessee, bringing up 4th down. That was number 10, Jarente Davis, the sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina, who got the pressure there, jumped at the pass, was able to deflect it down to the ground, bringing up 4th and 7. FAU bringing out their punt crew, Matt Hayball, coming in the game. 1 minute, 21 seconds left to go. FAU will be punting away from their own 43-yard line. Middle Tennessee oddly setting up with 2 returners here. We'll see what direction this punt goes. The punt is up. The punt is over to the left. That is number 83, their usual returner, Jalen Lane. He catches the ball, and Middle Tennessee will be coming back out on offense, taking the ball over on their own 14-yard line. FAU done a good job at keeping Middle Tennessee out of the end zone, and outside of that last drive, Middle Tennessee hasn't seen a lot of action on offense so far throughout this game. Nick Vadiato hasn't played bad, but being a freshman, you'd like to see maybe take a little more chances, and we, at the time being, are seeing a quarterback change. Number 12, Mike DiLiello, is coming into the game. I hope I pronounced that correctly. DiLiello only has 153 yards on the year, no touchdowns, 1 interception. However, he does like to run the ball. DiLiello snaps the ball, pressure up the middle by FAU, forces it wide right, tucks it and runs it for a loss of 1 on the play.
No gain on the play.
Mike DiLiello, the redshirt sophomore, a local kid here from Pembroke Pines, hasn't seen much action on this year, has more rushing yards than he has passing yards, snaps the ball, shotgun formation, has a man deep, is looking deep, however, the ball is underthrown. Great pass coverage there by the FAU corner, bringing up a 3rd and 10.
That was actually great coverage. There was no push, there was no pull, it was just covering.
Yeah, the ball was slightly underthrown, so sometimes you see a pass interference call when the receiver starts to come back for the ball and the corner doesn't adjust appropriately. However, the FAU corner played it well, bringing up a 3rd and 10. DiLiello lines up shotgun formation. His running back, Martell Petaway, alongside him to his left. Number 6, Jaren Pierce comes from the right to left. The ball is snapped, and he makes a huge play here. Mike DiLiello, with the option play, gets the ball all the way out to the 45-yard line. Like I was just talking about, this kid has wheels. He was able to get to the outside of the offensive line, runs up the middle for a huge chunk play, gets the ball out to the 45-yard line, snaps the ball quickly in shotgun formation, hits his running back over the middle of the field. That is number 11, Brad Anderson, who picks up another 1st down.
This is what Middle Tennessee needs, honestly. Watching them through the entire season, it has always been their defense. Now, let's see if the offense can step up and do something.
Mike DiLiello definitely provides something different for Middle Tennessee than Vadiato does. Vadiato is not afraid to run. However, DiLiello loves to run the ball. He's able to use his wheels. He is quick, as we just saw there, able to outrun the entire FAU linebacking core, get into the secondary with a huge 30-yard gain there on the play, and then hits his running back, Brad Anderson, short. While FAU provided good pressure, he was able to hit his outlet man. Brad Anderson able to pick up the 1st down, about an 11-yard gain there. We have 1st and 10 with 39 seconds left to go in this first half. The ball is now over the 50-yard line. Middle Tennessee has the ball on the FAU 44-yard line and driving with some intent here. DiLiello Shotgun formation, Brad Anderson. I'm sorry, that's not Brad Anderson. That is Shaton Mobley alongside him to his right. Fakes the handoff to Mobley. Great pressure, and there's a fumble on the play. However, the ball is able to roll out of bounds. So here Mitchell patted on the side and picks it up and starts to run towards the end zone, which is not going to count. However, great pressure there by the FAU edge rusher there. That's actually Achilles Leroy, the senior, with his last game here at FAU Stadium, able to get off the edge. The quarterback was not able to sense the pressure. Gets the ball way back in Middle Tennessee territory. The ball was on the FAU 45. Now the ball's all the way back on the Middle Tennessee 39-yard line, bringing up a 2nd and 27 with 32 seconds left to go in this first half.
Don't you love a senior night game? That's when all the seniors step up like, hey, this may be my last time I ever have a ball in my hand.
We've seen quite a few make some plays here. Now, DeLeo looks deep, and the corners kind of run the route for the receiver. No real option there. He was trying to hit Jalen Lane there deep down the left sideline. However, Jaden Williams there, the corner, the freshman, kind of ran the route for the right wide receiver. Brings up a 3rd and 27, 26 seconds left to go in this first half. DeLeo shotgun formation. Brad Anderson checks back in the game alongside him to his left. Number 89, Yusuf Ali, comes from right to the left and is a quarterback keeper there by Mike DeLiello. Gains about 6 yards on the play. As the clock rolls down with 16 seconds, FAU has yet to call a timeout, interestingly. Not even try to force a punt away. We have 7-6-5. Willie Taggart seems content with this lead going into the second half. The first half is now concluded. FAU has the lead 14-3 coming into halftime. They will be kicking the ball deep to Middle Tennessee after the break. I'm sorry, Middle Tennessee has chosen a timeout with 3 seconds left to go on their own 45-yard line. So, Liz, I believe this might be just a Hail Mary attempt here?
You think so? With the sophomore, I don't think that's going to fly pretty well unless, like you said, with a Hail Mary, it's in, like, desperation of just throw it and go for something.
Just whoever has the biggest arm, put him in the game. It looks like they're sticking with Mike DeLiello. And we see the FAU secondary playing well back. We have Jordan Helm. We have Tasia Young. And I believe that's even Khalif Bryce sitting way back. Helm set up on his own 15. Bryce alongside him on his 15. Tasia Young lined up on his own 25. So it's clear you don't want to allow a deep pass here. But we have 4th down, and looks like they'll be going for the play. And DeLiello gets the ball, looks deep, hits his man over the middle of the field, laterals it back, and then laterals it back to an offensive line. And they can need to be careful here because FAU can pick up the ball, and it looks like they do. However, the ball does end up on the ground and does get smothered. FAU could have picked up that ball and ran it back. However, it was smothered on the play. The play amounts to ultimately nothing. Ball was stopped on the 45-yard line, but we do have FAU taking the lead going into half of 14-3 over Middle Tennessee. We will go to break with them. We will see you guys back in 20 minutes. We will be right back.